G'day everyone. I thought I'd do a video of the EB in daylight. As you can see, a bit of work's been done to it. This is under the bonnet. Not that it's a very it's a shit camera, this one. This is a paint job that my other half did of the rocker cover. She never painted anything in her whole life when she did that, so she's got one of those billet oil caps with the one that seems to be too tight. Very tight. Geez, I don't know who did that up. Probably me. Oh, there we go. Now it's straight. So yeah, it's fairly clean looking. I know, it could be cleaner, but it's a daily driver, so it's not like it's sitting there doing nothing all the time. Well, it is at the moment, but that's because the bushes need doing. So I've done the battery terminals, so they're fairly well shit. Yeah, headlights are new. You can get new headlights for these things off eBay. I think they're 100 something a pair. Likewise to the indicators. They're also new. She's done a lot of painting on this car. She's painted this front guard, painted the door. I think she's painted all the doors actually, but remember, yeah, this has been painted. This has been painted too. So yeah, anyway, it's a 1992 Falcon. It's got a Fairlane interior, which I'll show in a sec. So it needs a wash, but apart from needing a wash, it's a fairly clean looking car. This is the inside of this thing. Got a doubled in head unit. That was a bitch to install because it's sort of customised a little bit, and doubled in obviously is not what they came out with. And it's got the Fairlane door trims. Stupid piece of shit camera. It's the back seat. It's out of an NA Fairlane, most of this interior, so it's all velour. Having the headrests in the back's a nice thing, and the front seats are the same, but they've got seat covers on them. I'll give it a fire up. The free run clutch on this starter mode is a little bit noisy, but it works alright. So yeah, she runs quite smoothly. Starts up first shot. Typical Ford with the clutch fan noise, which does piss off once you give it a rev. I've added a supplementary fuel filter under the bonnet. This thing was on gas, so it had it had a dead pump in the back and wasn't run on gas, so it wasn't run on petrol rather, sorry, when I can get my words right. And the fuel line was a little bit crappy on the inside from the fuel going off, so it's had a pressure regulator, which is that there. This is a supply line to the rail, so fuel comes out of that end of the filter and goes straight into the rail. It's a common misconception that the supply line goes directly to the rail, not via the regulator. If you put a supply line to a regulator, you'll blow the regulator internally. So the regulator goes on the return line side of the rail. So anyway, it's got an hockey strap holding the airbox down. It's a crappy hockey strap, we'll get a better one, but oh well. It's got a 2.5 inch aftermarket exhaust from eBay. I think it was $220 freighted or something like that. So that's why it's got quite a decent note. It's quite a big pipe. It's got one straight through muffler. Can't remember what brand it is. I think it's Supercat or something like that. I think it is a Supercat exhaust, but I think it's also mandrel bent, not press bent. And the difference is the bends on the exhauster, they don't sort of crush the pipe. Anyway, I'll set the camera down set the camera down here and give her a bit of a rev. Probably covered the lens with shit, but probably covered the lens with crap. I think one of the injectors is a bit leaky because it sat for so long without being run on petrol. This thing's been on gas since it was new. So yeah, that's the EB. So I'm going to get into it and do the bushes soon, because it's a royal pain in the ass that all the bushes are screwed. So that's got to happen very soon. It's got to have lower control arm on both sides of the front. Those bushes are screwed. They're actually sitting inside. Got to have caster rod bushes, all four. The alternative name for the caster rod, by the way, is a strut bar. That's what Repco call it. It's not what I call it, but anyway. Repco are a bit wonky, so yeah. Well, I reckon Repco are a bit wonky. Go in there and you ask for a sump plug washer for a VS Commodore, and they hand you one that's, 25mm internal diameter. It's never going to fit, of course. It's something you'd put on a four-wheel drive or whatever. So you tell them that they're wrong, that no, this is the wrong part. Then they argue with you and tell you that you're wrong and you don't know what you're talking about. Then you pay for the part, take it home. Guess what? It won't fit. Then you have to take it back, and yeah, so don't take it back, just go somewhere else. So me and the parts guys get into enough arguments, trying to tell me that EB Falcon's never used a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries alternator. Well, in fact, they mostly used a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries alternator. I think EAs used a Bosch one, and I think a few EBs did, but most EBs I've ever seen uses a Mitsubishi alternator. But anyway, that's my little rant and tour of this car. Needs a wash, and we'll do that once the front end's done. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think.